Ho ho. What's cracking? What's popping? Who do we have here? Pop on in. Pop down. Who's this? Big Rig Jed the Chad. Let's go, let's go. We're going to jump in. He's dreading it, so that's the exact reason to do it. We'll get it in. We'll have some chats for a little bit. Let go. It's good. It's good. Alright. Grab some of that on your hands. I'll tell you what. I'll just put this over here and we'll chat like this.
Huh?
How perfect. We're nice and loud. Loud boys.
Let's talk about stuff.
Talk about stuff around places with people and things. Well,
We are
what did we train today, bro? What did you
training
train?
some arms, bro.
Arms?
Big rig. We
Yes,
talked
sir. Yes, sir.
a lot of breakthroughs.
That's it, man. What are some of the breakthroughs, bro? Let me take a
It's
shot.
a lot of mindset stuff, but did some bag work as well.
Yeah, man. Talk to the mic. Tell me about what are the biggest breakthroughs we've had today, bro? I'll tell you what. Here, dry your hands on that. Dry hands on that, and then hold the mic. And just talk into the mic. Focus on that.
Yeah, so we focused on. Well, you talk to me, bro.
Okay. So, one of the big things that I really enjoy talking about is how when you are focusing on something that you're passionate about, you can't really feel the cold or the external and that, which is me now. So that's why I'm prompting you to talk about something you're passionate about.
Bro, I don't
tell us what you're passionate about. Like, it's been a while since the boys have seen
Took
you.
a yappy from med school, bro.
Yeah.
That was a big
Yeah. Why'd you do that?
Big move, bro.
Why'd
Because
you do
everyone
that?
told me I was like, "You're crazy, bro," and I was like, but the reason I did it was, it wasn't that med school itself. It was something I didn't enjoy. Actually, to the contrary of that, I loved it. Every single second of it was
Come back this way, bro.
was the best. I loved learning about the human body, but I realized that what we were learning to its extent was not exactly preparing me to.
Get your shoulders in. Get your shoulders in, bro.
I'm gonna say I'm not getting my shoulders in, bro. That's crazy.
Crazy, brother.
It wasn't exactly preparing me to. Oh, I pressed the button by accident.
That's alright. It's alright. It's just recording internally.
Yeah, so it wasn't preparing me to optimize the human potential. I feel like a lot of it was very reactive medicine. We wait until disease occurs, and then we try to do what we can with the tools available to prolong life. And to, as much as we can, treat the symptoms. And while there is a time and place for that, 100% is a time and place for that. But I was always caught myself thinking to myself, like, what if we were to catch disease before it actually happened? What if we were proactive instead of reactive? Why is 99% of the healthcare dollar going into after disease occurs? Why don't we do anything before? Why do we only appreciate health when it's gone? People say it's like, health is the crown that healthy people wear, but only the sick can see.
It's
like
like
that.
you can have 100 problems, but when you've got a health problem, you've only have one problem.
You only have one problem. Exactly.
That's
So I realized that, and I was like, okay, let me try and figure out what I need to do to optimize.
This is probably a good distance for the mic as well.
Yeah,
where you've
what
got
I
it
need
now.
to do to actually optimize my health. So I started digging into nutrition, diet, sleep, training, trying to optimize all of that, become the best version of myself. And then I realized that that stuff is really beneficial, and I was doing my research in terms of what diseases, what they're caused by. I'm sure you can agree, Mick, as well. 99% of disease caused by lifestyle.
Oh, 100%, man. 100%.
And it's like,
You learn that as you get older in life, you learn that more often.
Yeah.
Takes a while to learn it. How old are you?
20.
Yeah, so you've learned it quite young, man. So you're already ahead of
Well, I'm a med student, so I was exposed to it really early.
Yeah.
I was doing
You're 100% right, bro.
100%, bro.
You learn that stuff as you get older, but if you can learn it at a young age and help people with it as a young age, then
sure, bro.
I think that it'll be beneficial for whoever wants to listen.
Yeah, 100%. So I was doing actually, I didn't realize this instantly, but I was doing the ward rounds of the hospital, and I would see the same patients come back again and again. The same patients come back. They weren't getting any better.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely, go for it, man.
It's not
It's more like we'll shut it off to let
not
you go through
formal.
it. Yeah, if you prefer. That's it. Grace the video with your presence, bro. That's it. The value of this just went up exponentially. That's it. Have a good one.
Good one.
See you. Take care.
Yeah, I saw her in the hospital. So the same patients have come back. Doctors, increase the dosage, try and mask the symptoms as much as possible. But
That's it.
in terms of actually relieving the problem, it wasn't going away. There would just be a more medication-dependent version of their previous self.
Like as your tolerance
Not
increases.
getting any healthier, but just getting more numb. Right, and I think that's that numbing. That's the typical approach to medicine 2.0. People call it medicine 2.0. Medicine 1.0 they talked about was the traditional Hippocratic approach, where it's like you see the signs, you see observations, and you make a diagnosis based off that. But the medicine 2.0 approach, which that's the introduction of research. So they started doing research, they started gathering evidence, and then they based treatments based off the evidence. So evidence-based studies. And that's where it's like, this is the guideline. This is the traditional practice. So that's medicine 2.0, surgery, medication based off the evidence. So there's something that I recently discovered. There's a doctor called Dr. Peter Attia. He realized that, okay, like there's something called medicine 3.0. And that's where you use evidence. It's evidence informed, not evidence based, and personalized treatment to the individual with a proactive approach, catching disease as early as possible and doing what we can to reverse, like not just cure it, but like completely reverse and optimize what we have. So I think especially now when you go to the doctor to do a blood work, they will just tell you what is the upper and lower range based off to be diagnosed for a disease, but they don't tell you what range is optimal. What's actually optimal
For health.
Yeah, for health, like not just stopping disease, but to become the most healthy version of you.
It's like avoiding negative instead of seeking positive.
Instead of seeking positive, exactly. So that is the I don't think that's done enough in traditional medicine.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's kind of brought me my sort of purpose. Like that's why I make the content. That's why I'm pursuing medicine.
Yeah,
It
for
kind of
sure.
gave me that spark. It's like, this is what the world needs.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm curious, why do you think that is, that's not what's practiced in traditional medicine right now? Why do you think that it's not health proactive?
I think because...
You know it's worse when your head's that far above water, right?
Yeah.
It's like the contrast. I find it's much worse. Like if I get my shoulders down, the contrast is like way less. It's like when I get my head all the way underwater, it's not as cold.
No, too much. I'm
Don't do
alright.
that.
I think it's good
Yeah,
now.
yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Cool, man. So why do you think that is?
So I think it's more to do with...
Oh my goodness, Mick got in, the water level rose like 10 centimeters.
That's crazy, bro. I think it's to do with the people would like quick fixes sometimes. I think people don't realize what they have until it's gone. It's more like the human condition.
Yeah.
And then also in the sense of they'd much rather take a pill and be done with it than to create full changes in their lifestyle, which would take full changes in their identity. It comes back to that thing, like people don't really want to change who they are.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
It's like that kind of delusion, not delusion, but it's like self-denial.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't need to, I can just take a pill.
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah,
be
man.
better.
Let me see what this comment is. 2 guys chilling in a hot tub, 5 feet apart because they're not gay.
Right, the fact you said that makes me gay.
No, have you not seen the video? It's like, oh, bro, he's too young, bro. It's like this guy, he's filming like 2 bros they're in a hot tub and he's filming them from a balcony and he's just singing. He's like 2 bros chilling in a hot tub, 5 feet apart because they're not gay.
I'm too young, bro.
Too young.
I'm cultured.
That's it, man. He's a man of focus, rather. Yeah, bro.
I would say that's why.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What do I think? I agree. A lot of it is the people would rather remain the same, and it's like we build a lot of stuff around that because change is uncomfortable. So I think there's an element of that, and if you were to zoom out, you could look at how the system is set up as well. It's a system that seeks to preserve itself. So a cured patient is money lost. So you can kind of, to a degree, it might sound conspiratorial. You can follow the money. There's a lot of money in the diseases, the cure of these diseases. And there's also a lot of money in the creation of these diseases. But there's not that much money in curing, like fully curing the diseases. There's a lot of money in the medication of it. So it makes sense.
It relies on people being reliant to the cure.
Exactly.
Or the fix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you think about our needs as humans, like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, as an example, on the very bottom is our physiological needs. So if those aren't met, most people aren't going to go up the pyramid to the top where there's self-actualization. And think about that. And the more people that can actually think for themselves, the less they're dependent on the system. So if you've got people worrying about their physical health and safety, money day to day, their health, they're never going to actually think about, oh, how do I actually live a fulfilling life and break out of the system? And that you could argue. And so it's a system that, whether it's accidental or malicious, it seeks to preserve itself because it's been created that way. It's very intentional from what I can see. So to add to what you were saying, I think that's a big part of it. And that's not to say that the world's against you per se, because these things can only have an effect on you if you allow it, because nothing external can penetrate the internal unless we allow it. So it's really us being able to recognize that, but recognize we have the power, because a lot of the time we think these systems and programming, they give us permission, but in the first place it's actually us that give ourselves permission. So we have the power because we have that spark of God and that free will to be able to choose. So yeah, to add to your point.
Yeah, I would say you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of like, I agree with everything you said, for sure.
The big
I
read.
say the system isn't necessarily against you,
Yeah.
it's just going to make... what was that?
All right. Better than in here, though.
Straight into the bin, bro.
And they both fell.
Oh, stitch up.
shit.
Hopefully the bin's empty.
Not first.
That's right.
Nasty work.
Please have.
Ah, delicious. What were you saying, Chad?
I think instantly I think the system isn't necessarily against you, but it's like it's gonna leech off your energy if you let it.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
like a pendulum. You know what I mean? It just, when everyone's energy goes into, it's gonna, like, that's where the money flows.
Yeah.
But you can, like, it's totally up to the individual, but I think it's just total empowerment when you take full control over your health and your body. You are fully, you aren't reliant on, anyone else to be the best version of yourself. You know what I mean? You can just become that version. If you give yourself, like, if you actually dig deep and get that knowledge, find that knowledge for yourself, and put that into practice by making, like, meaningful changes in your life, whether that just be like 1% changes every single day. Like, I think a lot of people, what stops them is they think it has to be all or nothing. I gotta have a sauna, ice bath, infrared, hyperbaric chambers, like, everything. I gotta have gym every single day. Don't have a single shred of processed food, or it's not worth it. But it's like that all or nothing mentality stops people from, like, taking that first step. It's like, what if we would just do one thing better? Like, let's say instead of having takeout 3 times a week, we take it once a week. Or,
See you, bro. Take care. All the best with the recovery, bro.
yeah.
All my best, man. I'll let you know how
You go. For sure, man. For sure.
Or just, like, wake up 15 minutes, go for, like, a little walk in the sun. Like, these little things, they add up.
Walking in the sun, man. My
That's
favourite
it.
thing to do, bro.
Dude, it's so good.
For sure, man. So,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people think they have to have everything right to actually get there.
Yeah.
When it's really what you want to do, you know what I mean? It's like, you can take it slow, you don't have to have that external pressure of trying to live up to your ideal, you can work towards it, it's all part of the journey.
Something that popped into mind from that as well is almost this idea of, like, it's so programmed into us we have to suffer to feel like we deserve success, that I think it manifests physically in illness and that a lot for us. It's like we think we only deserve success to the point where we will suffer for it, to the point we make ourselves sick. So it's like we'll stress ourselves and then we're like, oh, okay, I deserve to even be alive.
Yeah.
Because I can fight illness and that. Are you alright?
I'm alright, I think I'm going to head out.
Yeah, let's go into the hot and keep it going. I'm just gonna...
Can't move my leg, bro. How do I get...
Are you gonna be able to get out?
I'm numb, bro, I'm numb.
He's like, don't touch me.
My body legit numbed up.
Yeah, alright, let me dunk under and we'll keep talking, we'll go over that.
Oh, far out, bro. Holy shit.
Woo!
Oh.
Give me
That's
Mayweather!
the longest I've ever stayed in, bro.
I know I was pushing you, bro.
Holy, what is this?
Dude, but bro, you did so well, man. Like, normally you jump straight in and out. Now, you did the whole thing. Alright.
Bro.
Look at this guy.
Is this warm or hot?
It's hot. Jump in. Slowly. Let me bring the towel over.
Bro, Bro, would you believe I don't even feel the difference? It's like that contrast.
Yeah. You'll be numb.
I'm gonna. Can you just?
Yeah. I'll put him here. Alright, going into the hot pool now. Ooh. 2 bros chilling in the hot tub.
Holy
shit. Over a bit. Wow. So good, eh? It's meat. Yeah, bro. How good?
Yeah, it's good, bro.
How good?
It's good.
Yeah. The fun thing is, obviously there you get to see the effect of being passionate on, like, it's like for ages. That's the longest you've been in there. I don't even know how long that was. It was at least 5 minutes, maybe even 10 minutes or something.
Bro, I can't feel my legs. I actually can't feel them, bro. Like I'm touching them. It's fully numbed off, bro.
Yeah. I still, to this day, can't believe that Yana did an hour. That's an ice bath. And it was colder than that one. I swear, bro. Because I tried it as well. Bro, the first time she ever did it, she did half an hour. Because she's so competitive that she heard that someone had done 15 minutes and she was like, that's not a big deal. I can do half an hour my first time. And she did. She's nuts, bro. Animal. But yeah, and now I think it's awesome to get in here because you can feel the contrast. And it's like, the heat is so much more because of the contrast of the cold.
There's no light without dark.
That's it, baby. Or you could say it's all different degrees of light.
You only appreciate. I think Tate said this. He's like, there's no. I don't know how much you agree with this. I think he said, there's no pain. Like, there's no. He said there's no light without dark, but then he also said there's no God without suffering, because he said something in terms of like you have to suffer to, like, you know, when people like, this is like, bro, I forgot what he said. It was like you only appreciate the good time because it was bad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I was gonna say like dry your hand and then.
To be honest, I don't have much to say, but
yeah, that's alright. That's alright. You don't have to say much if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Well, you were saying there's only.
I'm just gonna sleep.
It's contrast. It's like there's no. You were saying there's no joy without suffering, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like you only appreciate the good times because they were worse.
Oh yeah,
like
I've heard that.
You can only perceive acceleration, like a contrast. If it's the same. It's like, for example, if you're in a plane traveling, thousands of kilometers per hour, you don't feel that you're going fast because it's staying the same pace. Whereas if you go, like, you're accelerating, that's when you really feel the difference. So that contrast can give life its flavor.
That's a very interesting point. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I think that's where people take the whole suffering thing as well. It's like, it's like this. A lot of people, and I think this is the thing with medicine as well, is it feels really good if you're banging your head against the wall and then you stop. It feels great. You're like, wow, this is great. And that's where a lot of people, like, that's what they do with medicine. I think they're like making themselves sick, and then they're like, oh, and you just don't do that. Like, it's not even good. You're just like normal, and you're like, this is amazing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, bro.
I mean, but ironic, like, even to become, like, change your lifestyle, become healthy, that's hard.
It can be.
Like, to do, let's say, the cold plunge, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's painful, right? It's like, I think anything good comes at it's a price. I feel like that could be a way to think about it. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be hard all the time, but there is a cost to becoming that version.
The interesting thing that, and this is something I've been playing around with lately, it's like, it's almost like we have to deserve to live. We've talked about this before as well. I find that the best things that we have, the ability to breathe, talk, walk, exist, free, easy, not hard at all. And I love this notion, and we've been playing around with this, I've been doing it, is life can be like that as well. Every aspect of life, because it stems from who you are. So if you are someone who believes that things have to be hard, the cold plunge has to be hard, it is so. We become what we believe, to a degree, and like that, if we believe it, it will be so.
That's like the shift. I think most people make that shift when they've made it, when they've done the hard things and they've actually gone there, then they have that realization.
It's like permission slip.
Yeah.
But then it's like you can do it beforehand. For some
before.
people, it's just like they don't realize it.
Yeah.
They think, oh, the thing is what gave me the thing.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
more your belief in the thing that once I get to this point, then I'll feel this thing.
Yeah.
That makes it so.
Yeah, but you can
Yeah.
just get that now.
Exactly.
If you choose to.
Yeah, even like, look, the weight training session we just did, I wouldn't consider that very hard. Obviously, there was a lot of yapping, but even like how jacked we both are and like how we're quite strong as well, I don't consider that very hard. Like, for
Yeah.
me, that's super easy. It's
I
just
think,
who
though,
I
just
am.
to contrast, this is just to play devil's advocate, this is what
Yeah,
I
for
believe
sure.
as well. I think
Yeah.
doing hard things makes us fulfilled as a human being. I think even if some people say they want it easy, but they don't actually want it easy. Like, if it was easy, then they wouldn't feel as excited. They wouldn't feel that reward kind of thing. So I think the fact that it is difficult is laid out on purpose to give us fulfillment. Do you know what I mean? Like, the fact that it's difficult. I think we are most in one of the books. I think the subtle art of not giving a fuck, or one of those books.
Yeah.
You don't mind if I swear, so
I don't mind.
Yeah. They said that, like, you know, humans are most happy when they're solving problems. So it gives that kind of fulfillment when you're doing these difficult things, and there's trials and there's tribulations. The story is better when you are.
Yeah.
The bigger the dragon, the more epic the hero. Hormozy said.
Yeah. I can see, like,
It's like, I did that. I
Yeah.
climbed that mountain. If you just got the view without the mountain,
yeah.
then the view wouldn't be as good. So I think it's created like that on purpose.
Yeah. That's fair. I get
What do you think about that? Like, what would you?
I think
that's I think it's yin and yang.
Yeah.
I would say.
I reckon it can be that way.
Yeah.
It's very evident in you like yourself. We've talked about before that is something that is a very core belief of yours.
Yeah.
And Hormozy, the subtle art of not giving F, all that stuff. Even like people read that into the Bible. I've been talking a lot about that. It's like suffering in order to feel like we're worthy of salvation, essentially, and this life. It's very evident in most people because I think, to take it deeper, we seek meaningful challenges is what we seek. We seek growth, to become more, to become better. It's just a lot of the time if we don't intentionally seek meaningful challenges, we end up settling for trivial or superficial challenges just to feel challenged and like there's growth. So I agree with part of that we do seek those things in order to grow, and because we know that that's how we live to our fullest potential, by fulfilling what we're called for. I wouldn't say that it necessarily has to be hard, because for me, for example, like my life, I consider it very easy. Like, that's my experience. You might look at it from the outside and be like, oh, this is very difficult in that. But even like when we did the 2 homeless times in that, it's actually like the easier I've allowed things to come, the more there's been of those things. Because it's like there are 2 ways of living. One where it's very hard, a lot of effort. Like, for example, it's like I was talking to Jad about it before, but this analogy of like, if we were to pick up this towel, that's easy. But if we like pick it up with effort, like it's self-imposed a lot of the time, and it takes much more energy to do it that way when you don't allow stuff to come easily. But when you allow stuff to come easily, there's so much more of an abundance of it. Like the fact that we can breathe is one of my favorite examples. It just comes so easily. We don't have to force it.
If there's
there's more. And you can build off of that, because it's like if you think it's hard to do all this stuff, how are you going to do more? But if you like, this is normal, this is part of who you are, you can build so much more from that. And because I grew up with the same kind of background, you have to work out, like, I just always remember my mom, for example, and that's a strong voice that I have that's in me, that I've developed a lot of my limiting beliefs from, is from like my perception of my mum in my head. She's like, you have to work hard, otherwise you don't deserve stuff, essentially. Or the implication is, otherwise you don't deserve stuff. So I grew up with the whole discipline, hard work, force it, kind of David Goggins. I always got that comparison. They were like, bro, you like David Goggins, and I hated it. Because I was like, because clearly I was like that. But then just recently, within the last year, I've done it intentionally, but then I've recognized that, okay, the best stuff has come easily to me. Like when I was a personal trainer, even like the best business stuff has come really easily to me. It's like I've never had to force it. My relationship with my wife, my marriage, really easily to me. All these things. And that's not to say you can't achieve things by going hard and like having things be hard, but it's like, I see it this way: there's a difference between achieving and receiving. Achieving is like, I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna do this myself.
Internal intention versus outer intention. Have you know that concept? Inner intention versus outer.
Tell me about it.
Inner is like, before I get to that point.
Oh yeah.
One thing I wanted to say to that was, I think there is a masculine trait though sometimes.
Just a little bit.
There's like a, there's like a masculine trait sometimes though, that you want, like, you need pain to be strong.
Yeah.
Like, we want to be strong.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think the idea of having everything easy is characteristic of a weak man, I think, in the masculine view. Do you know what I mean? I think it's... So that's why I think some people, they need that. They need that pain. They need that struggle, because that makes you strong in the end, and that's what we're really after. It's the attribute. To play devil's advocate.
Yeah. That also, you know what that does? That makes strength externality. It's like you can't be strong without external circumstance, is essentially
correct.
the deeper implication of that.
Yeah.
And I definitely get what you're saying. And I know you're
I don't
doing
necessarily
it to balance
agree
the
that,
points
but
out.
I'm just trying to fuel the discussion.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I love that you do that as well, because it's really good to... Because people probably maybe watching this back or however...
People would argue
have
this.
that. Yeah, exactly.
I don't like to argue. I like to find the truth.
Yeah.
Like, not necessarily the truth, but like, I like to have these back and forths in a curious way, rather than a I'm right, you're wrong kind of way.
But I am right. You're wrong.
Get out of here, bro.
Get out of here. That's good. Yeah, man. It's not a very masculine thing. It's not seen as traditionally masculine to have things easy. And if you think about our biology, our physicality is like we're made to give, which is like because we have pins. We're not made to receive, really. That's more like how women are made.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But there's definitely a lot of power to this. Is why a lot of women are really, really good in business, because they're good with receiving and taking that more intuitive, fluid approach. And that was something when I saw Yana doing, I was like, how are you doing that, man?
Like, come in, bro.
Oh, yeah,
you're good, bro.
Yeah.
It ain't that formal, bro.
You let us know if you'd rather us stop and we'll like shove that your way, bro. Yeah. But yeah, it's just that ability to receive is huge. Because even with me, if I'm like, I've got to force it and make it happen, one of my strongest attributes is my ability to tune into my intuition. And that's something that I don't do it. I just receive it. I actually do less when I tune into my intuition, and the best things come from that. Like the biggest decisions that we've made, moving here from Perth, making ourselves homeless the first time, going into business, doing online stuff, all that stuff, it comes easily to make that decision. So it's not, it's just not, it's something I have thought that I had to work really hard to achieve things and to deserve them. But then when I've actually looked at the best things that have happened in my life, they've all come very easily.
Without trying.
Yeah. Without trying, yeah, because it's like, it's just who you are.
That's
and it just
right.
happens.
I can probably say that for myself too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think most of us, even as guys, it is weird.
Yeah.
When you look at it, that's the case.
Yeah, you just got it. This is, yeah.
Yeah, because when you are, it just is so.
Yeah.
You know? But then that's the weird thing, it's like we have the external programming that says, no, you have to deserve it. So then we make it so that we have to deserve it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
It all comes back to like, yeah. Well, I was going to go back to the point of inner and outer intention.
Oh, yeah,
It's,
tell me about that.
To anyone listening, it's from the book Reality Transurfing.
Okay.
Bro, you got to read this book. Like, even Parallel Self, that's also like probably similar along that lines. Like, you've got to read one of those. For sure.
Parallel Universes of Self. Who's Reality Transurfing by?
By something called Zealand. It's a Russian.
Okay.
Some Russian quantum physicist.
Yeah, cool. Cool.
But
I'm sure if you look that up, the book itself would come up. You don't have to remember the name.
He talked about.
That's why I asked.
He talked about so inner and outer intention. So inner intention is where you impose your will on the world. So you try to like make it happen. Do you know what I mean? So you try and impose like, I want this, like the will to have, and then you go out and impose that on the world. Whereas outer intention is already knowing that you have it, like it's already in the bag, it's already mine, and then the world meets you halfway.
So that was inner intention?
Inner intention is you try and impose your will on the world.
Okay.
Within. I want this. I'm going to have this. I'm going to get it.
Okay.
Whereas outer intention is already being comfortable with receiving that gift and already acting like you already have that thing, and the world meets you halfway.
Why is that one outer?
Outer, because it's like you go to a life. It's kind of complicated to explain if you haven't read the book, but it's like you go to a lifeline where those things are already existing.
I like a timeline where that's already existing. Okay. Okay. Cool. I get you. These books are so similar.
Yeah, you know, it is.
Yeah.
It's probably like basically the same concept. I'm saying like if you've probably read one, you wouldn't have to read the other, but I'd be curious to read both.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It could be good fun. Yeah, that one did come up when I was going to look at this one, so I was surprised. It's funny because you brought it up literally 2 nights ago. We were listening to the author of Parallel Universes Self, Frederick Dodson, I was telling you before. He was saying supposedly he went to that publisher first with that same idea, and the publisher was like, no, you can't do all of this way. So, and he was like, okay, I'm not going to publish with you then. But then that guy went to the same publisher and pretty much the exact same concept came from it, and he sounded a little bitter about it.
Maybe they were both Russian.
Maybe. I don't.
Weird.
He's Frederick Dodson's, I think, German. Is like his heritage.
What's his background? What's his background?
What do you mean?
Like, what does he do?
Well, he's remembering the spiel. He's a reality creation coach, and he's done that for like the past like 30 years or something. So I don't know if he's done much else besides like odd jobs in that, but I think he came to reality creation pretty early from what I know. So that's why he calls it reality. It's like his technique or that, but he receives it from God. Reality creation. Prior to that, I think he's always been a coach. I think I might have that wrong, but yeah, reality creation coach. So he does like seminars and that kind of thing. Yeah. Oh. An interesting thing with that popped into mind was just even that receiving, because I was looking at it recently and the numbers would match up. Oh, it's interesting how quickly this shift came. But Yana and I were talking about, she was like, how much, like the moniker of a life coach is what I had adopted. She was like, how much do you think life coaches make? 3 to 5K a month? I was like, well, I feel like there's like Tony Robbins, the very top, like multi-billions. There's someone like Frederick Dodson, who's like multi-millions, but not really that much from life coaching. That's like an investment thing. And then there's the average life coach, which is like 3 to 5K a month. And then she was like, well, how much are you making right now from that business? 3 to 5K a month. So we shifted the moniker, and she was like, what's the one that you see as like 30 to 50K a month? That like, yeah, that's just like easy given for them. And I was like more of like a success or fulfillment coach. And then even above that high is like, you just are. Like Tony Robbins just is. He's not necessarily... Tony Robbins is the moniker, and that's that. So even shifting from that and allowing yourself to do that, everything like the reality just caught up, like I was talking to you about it before, went from that 3 to 5K within like the last couple of weeks. Actually, that was within the last couple of weeks to then being like 30 to 40K or 30K already, is that, or 28K or whatever it was around that. Just like it shifted very quickly from just even shifting who you believe yourself to be. And I was saying, I did ask her this, I was like, oh, well, if I believe that, couldn't I just change the beliefs of like what a life coach is? She was like, yeah, but what's going to be easier? Shifting all the beliefs and like fighting against what that is, or just change the identity and everything else comes with it? And I was like, oh yeah. So then we shifted that, and it catches up that quickly, bro. I was like, I actually hadn't put 2 and 2 together until like just then. I was like, oh yeah, because I only ran the numbers last night before.
Right. But I think the identity that I would need to take then.
Are you asking me, or are you saying?
No, I'm just thinking about. I'm pondering.
Okay. Yeah.
It would be like, I've never said I'd be a fitness coach. I never wanted to.
Yeah.
I think it's more of just like a health optimization. Coach.
Yeah.
Health coach. But even more than that, it'd just be. At one point, I was like, like kind of just like a peak performance.
Yeah. Peak performance
architect.
Coach. Yeah.
Just making up words.
A strum.
Oh yeah, I'm a specialized mover of heavy metals. Have you seen that? Like, what do you do, bro? It's like
yeah.
It's like you're just the gym rat. Specialized mover of heavy metals.
Yeah, well, to speak to that as well, when you're like, oh, who do I need to be? A lot of the most successful people in the world, you can see their moniker is actually a change in name. It's as simple as that. And I'd say it's,
Wait,
you
what
can
was that?
ask, it's a change in name.
A change in name as in like...
Their identity stems from them, who they see themselves as. So, for example, Tony Robbins, that's not his actual name. His name's
Really?
Anthony Robbins. And like, it can seem really small, but the nickname, so it's Anthony blah blah blah. I think Robbins might even be his middle name.
Alter ego.
Exactly, Tony
Go back
Robbins.
to that.
David Goggins doesn't go by David Goggins anymore. He prefers to be referred to as Goggins. Like, my wife met him at an event that like a company she was partnered with put on, and she met him, and he told everyone that he was meeting, don't call me David Goggins. David Goggins is dead. I'm just Goggins.
Man.
And so he was big on that. He was a real intense guy, from what I understand. It was interesting because he came out and they kind of gave him some applause when he was on stage, and then he was like, that sucked. Like, I'm going to do that again. He came out and they were like, went nuts, and he was like, you didn't clap for me. You clapped for yourself. Like, he is that guy, you know, like through and through. Kind of like, some people would be like nuts.
Psycho.
But yeah, like, I get it. And interestingly with Yana's not her name either. Like, that's actually not her birth name. It's a nickname she chose for herself.
So it's kind of like that founder-led brand. You're branding yourself.
Yeah. And for some people, that's who they already are. But a lot of guys, there's...
It helps.
Oh, a lot of people...
Cool.
Yeah, it definitely helps, because it's like you get to choose who you are. And that's why the identity side of things, that's why I find it to be the most powerful thing. Because then it's like, from like, Tony Robbins is Tony Robbins from the way he picks up a pen to the way he sits and breathes and walks from one room to the next.
Yeah.
It's just who you are.
Yeah.
You know? And so it doesn't have to be, because then it's like you are that, and then
Like-
the kind of coach you are
Like
would
top C.
fall under that.
Top C, you know, the Cunnies?
Oh, yeah.
guy?
Adam
He's not a
Sullivan.
fitness coach. Yeah, Adam Solo, yeah.
Yeah. There's the brand EBT. I think something
like
happened
that.
with his account recently as
Yeah,
well.
he did, yeah. But he
didn't quite
he
see it.
handled it really well.
What happened? I didn't see.
He handled it really well. He took it like a champ, and he was like, you know, like nothing's gonna fade. He made a few skits from it.
Okay. I
He
don't know
took
what
it
happened.
really lightly. I don't know why his account got. I think he was doing activewear, and a competitor might have seen that and deleted got his account deleted,
Really?
which is pretty rough.
Funny enough, Yana's account just got deleted as well, and
Really?
then she got it back.
Oh.
Yeah,
Why
and
is
someone
that?
like
Why is that?
someone copied her account but got it. What's the with it has the badge on it?
Oh, verified.
Verified. They got it verified.
Really?
Yeah, but we've reported that account. So
Wow.
Yanalin official with one F is like not hers. Anyway,
Why would someone? That's so
I know,
weird.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But he made it. I think it's all about. It comes back to who you are. Like anything can happen to you. If you're that guy, you're gonna win regardless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he made it into a positive. You know, used that publicity as like and just kept doing it. Like it's
Yeah. Cool.
not gonna phase it.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you may go through that stuff, but it's like that can just be an external thing. It's like the sea can be stormy externally to you, but if you bring yourself to stillness first, then the sea follows the stillness. You can bring the sea to stillness, if that makes sense. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we should go get some food.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go, bro. I'm hungry as.
Hungry. All right, I'm gonna take a quick rinse in the shower. Yeah, thank you, bro. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Keep it all gravy, baby. That was a long one. Yeah, better go, Yana. Oh, she's probably just gonna wake up by the time I get home. Look at this guy, strong jacket. This is all the art of being man. Embody that. It'll be all gravy, baby.